Hi everybody, so I have got the new Byredo eyeshadow palette. How long have we been waiting for this? But I think I know why we've waited until now, because this is very autumnal in colours. This one is called Bibliophilia, and I'm going to try a couple of looks with this one today. This does look like it's very warm, but it also does have a cool side, so I'm going to investigate that today. Can I get a cool look and a warm look? Maybe I confuse the two together, I really don't know. I'm just going to go with my instincts, but really have a good play with this palette, so I can't wait to get started with this. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. And here on my channel, I show you the latest releases, my favourite looks, and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy that content, I do upload here several times a week, and I would be delighted if you did subscribe. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you for being here, I really do appreciate every single one of you. And my skin tone for looking at these colours today, I have got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones that can lean a bit neutral, which means these tones can work on me, not always, but they can, so fingers crossed. I've also got blue eyes. Anyway, that's enough about me, let's dive straight into this review. So this literally just got here now. I've just gone out and done swatches. We had about an hour of no rain today, so luckily the swatches were done during that time I was able to go outside. It wasn't massively sunshiny, but we did have a little bit of dry weather because it has been tipping down. Look at this clip. We have had no rain in Wales, and now it's making up for it. But I managed to nip out when it was actually dry. So I've got the swatches for you, so here's my swatch video. And seeing as we are in the theme of autumn, you may have noticed that I now have my pumpkin candle and my little pumpkin friend there behind me. If I move, you can see it a bit better. And my little green pumpkin up there. And my whole house has been turned into pumpkin autumn land. And it's not actually autumn yet, so if you're going to tell me off about that, I know we still have, I think it's mid-September, isn't it, autumn officially starts, but with the weather having changed the way it has, I just wanted to make the house all cosy and autumnal, so that's exactly what I did. In fact, if you're interested, here's a quick clip of how I decorated my house, because I absolutely love autumn, so let me quickly share this with you. onto my first truly autumn themed makeup, and I really think this is the first one I've seen that's made me think, wow, this is autumn leaves. Look at it, it really is. And when I saw this, I was completely uninterested. I thought there was one red. I didn't know that all of these were reds. reds which can scare me, but I have to admit these two don't. They're more like rusty brown reds. This is the one that I saw in the pictures that scared me a bit, and I still don't know about these two, if I can possibly wear them. I really don't know. I don't even know if I'll dare to try them on, because it might put you off the palette, because those colours, they can make me look really ill. But if you look at it, this is literally split into two 9 pans, so you have your warm and then your cool. So I think that's quite clever. So if you're someone who likes one or the other, in which I certainly do, I quite like that. So you can have a cool day or a warm day, or you can have a cool and a warm day and mix the two together. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do today. I think I'm definitely going to start with a cool look, but I'm wondering whether to go for two fairly simple looks and then go for trying the reds for my last look and do a third. Shall I dare to try that? I have been filming all day. This is the craziest week literally of the year, and this was not this busy last week, and this is my third video today, and my brain, honest to goodness, like I was talking to Rebecca last night, you know, Not Fit for Print Beauty Rebecca, and we kept getting so muddled with what we're doing this week, and I was saying, I've got to do Armani, and she messaged me back saying, what Armani? What have I forgotten? What have I got to do? And I was like, I didn't mean Armani, I meant Gucci. It's like, oh, gee whiz. It's just crazy at the moment. It really is. Talking about Rebecca though, Rebecca has already uploaded her video showing this palette. So you can see this on Rebecca on Not Fit for Print Beauty. I will put a link below for Rebecca's channel, and you can see her trying this on because she has a much warmer skin tone to me. So if you want to see this on a warmer skin tone, tune in and see Rebecca trying this on. I haven't even seen it myself yet. I'm looking forward to watching it this evening. But anyway, just to let you know about that. So let's start. What's the description before I do anything? Just to quickly tell you, this is a richly pigmented eyeshadow palette inspired by the mood and atmosphere of the library, where ideas and discoveries merge together to create their own narrative. And obviously on the front, we've got this almost 3D newspaper, or it looks more like a page torn from a book, doesn't it? Not newspaper. And it does look like you could just grab it. It's really clever. But the only problem with these, a bit like the Mineralscapes, is it's so easy to get your fingerprints. I cleaned it before I started filming, and look, I've already got marks all over it. But anyway, so this cost £92, which is actually not bad at all when you look at the whopping size of this palette. And certainly when we've looked at things like the Louis Vuitton recently, but I pay that for a Tom Ford quad. So same price as a Tom Ford quad, and the quality of these is excellent. 12 months shelf life and made in Italy, and these formulas, some of them are really, really creamy and buttery as well. So I think, like I said, I'm going to play safe with my first attempt. So I'll go with, say, this one here. Let's try this as a sort of transition shade. This is going to be very light, I think, because when I swatched it, it didn't really turn up on my arm much. But let's just see if it turns up if I build it a bit. So today I'm using I've picked up Victoria Beckham. I meant to stick with Sonia G today, but you know what? For transition, I'd rather stick with this. This is my favourite blender brush. It really is. Talking about brushes, by the way, if anyone watched my Hourglass review of the holiday palette, some of you were saying I should have used natural brushes, not synthetic, and then I would have got more payoff. And today I did actually use the Sonia G small cheek brush, and I used the Rapha, I put it away now, I used the Rapha holiday brush for the bronzer, and this is my look with the Dior palette. So I definitely did get some more payoff using natural brushes, so you were right, everyone who said that. But I have to admit, if Hourglass sell synthetic brushes to go with their palettes, they should work. So whilst that is the case, they should work. But I have been told to try this one, and maybe this one works better because it's more dense. So I will try that as well, but just a little quick off-topic update there for you. So you can see I've just got a little bit of colour there from this, not an awful lot, but we are going for a soft cool look on this side, so I'd say that's quite a perfect transition sort of shade to start with. And I'll go with my Pencil Pro, put this underneath. So I'll go with this one next, purely to see what the difference is between the two, because it doesn't look like a massive difference. So if I put this here, are we going to see it much? Is it going to give me a bit of depth? It's very slight, so you definitely, there is a difference, enough for you to see it. So if you wanted a really soft look, these two together would give you that on the sort of daily everyday look, maybe just with one of these all across the lid. I'm going to try a few shades though. I'm going to now go into, which one shall I try? I think I'll go with this one. So there's these two browns that look quite similar. This one is the darkest of the two. Let's see how dark. If I just tap there. So this isn't really about being the perfect look. It's more about testing the colours, the formulas, if the colours are different. So this one, is this one shimmery? Let me see. So far they've just felt like quite creamy matte. This one has a little bit of shine, but my goodness, do they blend together absolutely beautifully. Absolutely beautifully, and super easily as well, I must say. My son in the kitchen, and he knows I'm filming, honest to goodness. Let's try this one on the mobile lid. Oh, that is nice. So that now over the mobile lid. Shall I skip these two? I'm trying to work out what to do. How many looks shall I try? Should I go for 4 looks today? I think I might have to. I want to try this one mostly over the lid. So what I'm going to do is use these two in the second look. So I'm going to use these two for this look. So this is a very simple cool tone look. And again with my finger, I'll go with this lightest one for the very inner corner. Don't know what's going on in that kitchen with my son. I've got a feeling he's got the dog bowl, the tin bowl on the floor, and he's kicking it around, honestly. He's 18, not 4, by the way, in case you're wondering. Oh, look at that. That really does give a pop, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. Just the right sort of shade as well. I really love that, you know. I think that's a gorgeous, super, super easy to put together look. Shall I do 2 cool and then 2 warm? I think I will. I was going to do cool, warm, but let's try basically the same look on the other side, but with the other colours. So I'll start with this one this time instead of that one on this side. But that is my transition. So we know it's slightly deeper, so we should see it much more quickly, which we are, but still very manageable. It's not a question of putting down a huge amount of pigment and then having to panic. Let's make sure I'm going into the right one. Having to panic because we have too much. Oh, they're so beautiful, honestly. If you were a beginner, a palette like this might seem overwhelming, but it's such an easy to use formula. Gorgeous. I mean, consider £91, honestly, it's quite mind-blowing because the quality of this is up there with the absolute best, and you're getting so much. You pay less, you pay more for a Mothership, which has less, and you pay the same for a quad from MS, a quad from Tom Ford. This underneath. So with this side, I deepened up with this. So I'll go with this one, which is not quite as deep, to deepen up here. Just look at that. Tap, tap, tap. Off we go, done. Well, that definitely shows up, doesn't it? I really wasn't thinking of this palette as it being a cool tone. I just, from the pictures, I was thinking of it being so warm. So I'm really pleased that I've actually got the opportunity to create looks like this with it. I don't know why I didn't see it like that in pictures. Maybe I just didn't have a very good picture. I think the one I saw was taken in store somewhere. And obviously the quality might not have been up to scratch. I just dipped then into the lightest one to just go around the edge because I feel like on my skin tone I need that lightest one just to soften up a bit. So now I'm going to try this one. I'll use this finger. Oh, that's nice. It's more of a gold, but it's a pretty one, you know. I'm not a big gold fan lately, but I do really like that. That's giving quite the pop, isn't it? And let's try it with this one. See what the difference is really between the two. It's not that great, is it? Gosh, they look the same. get it right in the inner corner. If I use this Pencil Pro brush and put it a bit more precisely there. So there's the one and there's the second. Extremely minimal difference between those two, which is a bit of a shame. And I think I would probably be reaching for one of these to actually create a bit more contrast there. I think this one might work quite well with it. Anyway, so this one is more warm because it's so gold. So even though this is slightly more cool toned, well, a lot more cool toned than this side, these two, certainly this one, is quite warm, isn't it? But what I'll do now is use a liner brush to try this as a liner. I have to say it's the only shade in this I would like to use as a liner because I don't like to use reds as a liner. Certainly not on the lower lash line anyway. Gosh, that's good, isn't it? I think what's blowing my mind is just how quick and easy this is to work with. I know that the Mineralscapes palette, which was my first Byredo by the way, was very easy to work with, but I don't remember it being this easy. I don't know if it's got even better. I don't remember having any issues with it, but I don't remember thinking, oh, this is as easy as a Natasha Denona or something. These formulas are absolutely gorgeous. And we've got metallic, which you've seen here, then we've got the light shimmer, we've got what appears to be a sort of slightly glowy satin finish, and we've got soft creamy mattes. We've got a lovely mixture of formulas, and each one of them, there's no fallout either. They're just so easy to work with, all of them. So there we go. I've got two looks with that side now. And they are pretty different. They are not the same. And we've only used half the palette. So what do you think of those? I won't add any mascara. I'll leave it like this because my eyes can't tolerate it. I didn't do anything in the inner corner, did I actually? And I wouldn't put either of these in the inner corner. I think I would stick with this one, that inner corner pot, because it is quite perfect and it's just the right level of brightness for me. Yeah. I'd probably take a little bit out there, which I won't fix now. If I was going to go in and completely finish the look, I would just remove a little bit of that there because in my case, I feel it emphasises my texture and lines, not because of the formula, just me in general. Anyway, what do you think? Do you have a favourite side? I'll wash off and then we're going to try the scary side. I am quite scared, so wish me luck. I'll see you in a minute. So I'm back with clean eyes and time to enter scary zone. So transition for me is always going to be one of these two, but I will try this, which is the lightest. These are the two lightest, aren't they? So I'll try this and this. So for the first one, I'll try this. This seems so warm. Is this too warm for me as a transition? I don't know. Such a difference. I just love cool tones, and as soon as I put that on I think, oh gosh, I don't know. But warm tones can suit me. You decide in this video what you think. When you saw me in the cool and you're about to see me in the warm, which do you think suits me better? Are you someone who can wear cool and warm? I do believe I am. I just have to be careful. I can't be liberal with warms, whereas cool tones I can pretty much do as I please. So now to deepen up. If I've started with this, I think I'll deepen up with one of these two. I'll go with this one, I think. Again, just minimal effort with them. They really are superb. So this one has a slightly more reddish tone and definitely has more of a shine. So this one seems a bit more sort of satin. I wouldn't say shimmer. See the shine on that? Isn't that beautiful? See, I said I don't like warms. The second I add that, I love that, you know. I really like it. I think I have to go to this one. Do a bit of a tidy up here to just smooth the edges because these are just too deep for me to do that. And right, which one shall I go for? Which one shall I mix together? Shall I just get this out of the way? Honestly, I would have edited it out, but I swear I just looked at that for about 10 minutes. But shall I just, oh, this is not a colour I ever want to put on my eyes. But anyway, you never know, might just work on me. if I go softly and blend it into those browns with my finger. Oh, that's going quite well so far. Okay, maybe I can work with this colour. Now it's getting too red. Now I need to blend this in a little bit. I just need a touch of that red. I think it worked quite nicely when it was mixed in there with that sort of caramel tone that I've already got on the eye. This could be a halo eye situation if you've got, oh god, look at that. That is definitely not good for me. If you have a deeper skin tone, the red around left and right of the mobile lid, and then one of the bright ones in the middle could be quite a fun halo eye. Not for me. I think I need to go straight to something that's going to really transform this now, so I'll go with this one, the lightest, hoping this might just rescue me and bring brightness to the eye and tone down that red. Oh, I don't know. Can I mix them together a bit there to soften that red? Well, that's getting a bit better now, but I don't like it. Really softening it out by letting those colours mix together. So the red is there, but it's softly there. It's just because that is not a colour that works well for me. I'm sure there could be other ways to mix them together. I'm just desperately trying to think of a way that might work on me. I will attempt this other superbly scary deep red here as a sort of liner. I will do it, but I could look like I need to see a doctor urgently by the time I've finished. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe it is actually dark enough to work without being too red on me. Well, I don't know though. This is giving me sort of bonfire night vibes, this. I do love these colours because they're autumnal. I love red leaves in autumn. I'm quite surprised that this is working on me. I think it is working. The liner. I'm not sure about the bright red. I remember when I did my Will I Buy It Won't I video and I said if I get this palette I won't touch that red. And I have, but it is for you, so I don't know if I'd ever dip into it again, in all honesty. But so far everything else I've used I would, so I'm so much more pleased with this palette than I thought I was going to be. I thought it looked quite boring and I think a lot of you did. But it's not, is it? It's actually got a lot more to it than I thought. Let's try this lightest one again. Just get into that inner corner a bit more there. Still pretty much got as much of a pop as this one. There's not much difference between the two. Let me just show you. Just one's warmer and one's cooler really. There's the cooler one and there's the warmer one. See the difference? The one I'm applying now is this one, so it's just got that slightly creamy edge to it and it's a bit warmer. So it works with those colours better, and it's good to have the option of having two. I think that's actually quite a clever idea because both will work as your inner corner under the brow sort of pop. But you can alternate between cool and warm, which is quite good. It's actually a very well thought out palette. We've got good liners, good inner corner, several different looks, and also I know a lot of you with the Mineralscapes use that as a one and done, and I think like when I first started with the browns, I think you really can get one and dones out of some of these shades because they just look so beautiful on their own. They really do. If you just want that everyday popping into work, popping out for 5 minutes sort of look. I really don't mind that red so much now that I've calmed it in with the brown. What do you think? It's not my favourite look, but it's not too bad. It could have been worse. So let's go for the other look now, which hopefully will be a bit better. So we started this look with this very sort of warm caramel tone. This time I'm going to go with this one. So let's see how deep this is. I've still got a little bit of liner on my eye, tight to the lash line I think from my last look there, but anyway. I thought I got all that off. See, this sort of shade would be nice as a one and done shade straight away, you can see that. They don't mess about with pigment, but at the same time, they don't apply in a way that you have to panic either. They're just right. I think they're one of the fastest to apply eyeshadow formulas I've tried all year. They really are superbly quick and easy. It's like, do it with your eyes shut, unless you're going for that colour, in which case you may have a couple of issues. Right, now this one is a sort of browny orange, like a rusty orange red, which I think I might like. I'm tapping that. Well, that really is giving autumn leaves, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, I love those two together, you know. Oh, I love that. Take it a little bit above. I think I can risk a tiny bit. I'd like to see a bit of that colour peeping above my hooded lid there. Oh, that's nice. It's good because I probably would never try these looks if I wasn't doing reviews, and now I have. I really like those colours. Really like them. So I'm going to go with this one now. So this is a red, but it's a much better tone for me. Very dark. I'm just going to go there. But look at that colour, isn't it lovely? Now this is definitely more of a metallic finish, showing off my texture a bit. Not enough to put me off using it, but that's something you need to think about if that bothers you. When you've got mature eyes, wow, mature skin rather. That shade is so nice. I've gone too far now with the darker shade on my brush. So I've got a bit there which I really don't want. There we are, it's gone. Can I take a little bit on my brush of this? Just slightly bring it into the crease there. I said I was going to use Sonia G brushes, and I've literally just used this brush for everything. I love this brush. I did use Sonia G Pencil Pro and the liner brush. Right, so the one I haven't tried now is this one. And again, this is a colour that might ruin this look for me a bit. Oh, but they might work well together as well. They do, but this is where they could be too deep for me. I'm fair, with my fair skin, this is probably a bit much. And that is really emphasising texture like crazy. I'm not sure about that. Let me just mix them. I do like the actual colours, but not on me. I think they're too strong. I'm not a massive fan of my texture being that exaggerated. I don't mind a little bit, but that's a lot. I need some brightness to come to the eye now. That looks too deep. Maybe if I had a reddish top on instead of just a light top. I went for something like this so that it wouldn't clash with the different looks. Again, I'm just trying to keep that darkness away from the inner part of the eye there. So I'll go in with the Pencil Pro with this very lightest one, and I'll do the inner corner, but I'll try and bring it in a little bit as well so that it lightens up a little bit here. Almost going over that gold. I just feel I need a bit more light here. It's just too rich for my skin tone, this. That's starting to improve a bit. I'm actually putting it over the gold completely there. So I've sort of made it all one colour. Made it quite muddy now, haven't I? I've had to because of how rich it is for my skin tone. This was my concern. Me and Rebecca talked about this when we, because we're now sharing what we purchase, and I was thinking of skipping this and just Rebecca doing it because she's got the right skin tone to make these shades work. But I wanted to try it because I love Byredo, so I decided to go for it. But I do think the cool side is my side, much more so. Anyway, this is the Sonia G liner brush now. I'm using that exact same shade to line, and it's working very well again. So there we go. What do we think? I've got mixed, I'm not like wow, wow, wow. because I don't think they're my colours and I think they're just too bold on me. I think the way I would use this would be to mostly use this and introduce one of these. The reason this is so deep on me is because I've used so many of these. Well, I've used only these on both these looks. I think I'd be much better off starting with these and just introducing one of these, and then I can cool it down a bit with one of the others. I think that's going to be my way forward, to mix cool with warm. So I will have a think about a sort of look I might like to do where I mix cool with warm. And when, if the day ever arrives, because the releases are just coming out of my ears at the moment, but if the day arrives that I'm not busy with new releases, I will film a shorts reel and I will try mixing the two together in that shorts reel, because that would be the next look I'd like to try with this palette. But for now, I'll go off and do my mascara and we can look at this final look. I've gone in with mascara. I've also added some lipstick, which I think really changes the whole look and helps it look a little bit more less alarming, I think, because when you've just got blank lips, it does look a bit odd when your eyes are that bright. So I've gone with this new one from Dior. This is the On Stage number 390 Redwood Star, which I bought because I thought it was quite a good autumnal shade, and I think it does go quite nicely. So I do think both sides look quite similar actually, don't they? That's one thing, but the reason they look similar is because I did muddy them up a lot to bring that red down, because the red was too much for me. So obviously that's optional, and I've been trying to show you all the shades, so as my personal look I wouldn't mix together that amount of shade. I would probably just stick with one or two. So well, I would say one or two. I mean on the mobile lid when I say that, because transition and everything else, I would definitely use this one again. I thought that was lovely mixed with the brown. But I would probably then go with, say, this and this, or this and this. I don't think I would mix any of these together again. These are the ones I mixed, these are the ones I mixed together. Which ones did I do? I can't even remember. This and this I did for this eye. And then I did this and this for that eye. But I would just go this and this, like I said, and just introduce a pop of red for the transition shade. So this can be like a rusty red for the transition, or you could even try this one for transition, I suppose. So I think there's ways of doing it so they don't have to be so muddy, and you can get much more of a clear look that haven't muddied them together. And that is not the fault of the powder, it's definitely me bringing that red down. So I hope that makes sense. But I don't look quite so mismatched anyway, so I won't look odd today. But I do quite like it now it's done. I don't know if I love it. I love the cool, but I definitely want to play with them again. It's made me keen. I want to make these reds work. Maybe not this one, but I quite like it when I mixed it. So maybe I could put that all over the lid and then completely cover it. I don't know. I'll have to play around more with it. But certainly if you're warm toned, I think you're going to absolutely love this. I think it is autumn in a palette, it really is. And then you've got your cool tones as well. This is a really good one for Christmassy looks, autumnal looks, all year round cool tone looks. It really does cover quite a lot more than I expected it to when I saw it first advertised. I don't think we have particularly repeat shades. They look so similar, but they are a bit different, just different enough for them to be really valuable. Like these two, you wouldn't think looking at it that there's much difference, but there really is, and the difference is quite an important one. So formula is outstanding, no fallout at all, extremely easy. I've created these 4 looks in twice the time that I normally, in half the time that I normally would actually. They're even quicker than when I do Chanel and Dior, I think. They were that quick and easy to use, so superbly user-friendly. Knockout formulas, absolutely knockout, and I'm quite amazed how much I like this. And I definitely would be reaching for this one again by choice, I think, if I had the time to play around with eyeshadows. I don't seem to lately, but when I do, sort of January will probably be my next opportunity, maybe December when the releases have stopped. I will definitely be reaching for this more because I really do like it very much. I do love the packaging, I love the whole concept, I love the idea of it being a library, because it's just that, it's that time of year, isn't it, where you think of libraries and warm fires and books and cozying up. It's a really, really beautiful release, and I've enjoyed it so much more than I expected to. So I'm delighted I got it. I would love to hear from you. Have you got it, or is it on your wish list? Are you going to put it on your Christmas list? One word of warning with this though, when you see it around, if you want it, grab it, because last year wherever they popped up, whichever store they were available on, whether it was the Byredo or Selfridges, or if you're in the US, if it was Nordstrom or whichever store had it, they were gone in about a day. And then sometimes it could take months and months to get them back. So if you do want it and you see it available, personally, I would grab it. I wouldn't hang about. And you could always put it aside for Christmas if you're treating yourself or getting somebody to treat you, or you want to treat someone else. But I think it's beautiful. So there we go. I really enjoyed that. It wasn't quite as scary as I thought it might be. So the reds are workable. They are just about workable. But I'm not sure. Didn't I look better with the kohl? I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you did subscribe. And if you already are, thank you for reaching the end of another review. I really appreciate you all so much, and I do hope to see you all again for my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.